to winning ways with what was a much-needed win last night up at Burton. Connor Coventry was the hero with his first goal for the club, and we certainly hope we can build that momentum towards what will be a very busy, festive period. One more game still left in November, and not that many league games to look back on this month, but we'll do that, and the cup competitions as well, so still plenty to talk about. We'll review every league game from last month, including last night's 1-0 win at Burton Albion. We'll take a look at Kahiem Dixon's four goals for the under-21s, also last night. And we'll hear the top 5 moments of Charlton legends Luke Young and also Jason Euell. Well, a very warm welcome to everyone joining us around the world. We're pleased to say we're joined by Stevie Brownie, the legend that is Alan Curbishley, and oh dear,
Liz.
Where's Liz?
Liz. Perhaps they won't let him in again. They wouldn't let him in, would they?
He'll have his little YouTube clip ready, wouldn't he?
I don't think he's got that hat-trick goal left ready, is he? Simple as that.
Can't use that again.
No, what we can say is that Liz did text us about half an hour ago. He said, look, I'm running a little bit late, hit a bit of traffic. Do you mind if we push it back 15 minutes? And Brownie went, yeah, sure, we'll do that.
Mm-hmm. And we ain't.
And have we?
he's got to get a fine.
Fine. What's the fine? Do we know?
The first round, surely.
The first round.
First round after this. I'm gagging for a pint. I've spent the longest 2 days ever.
Well, you nearly didn't make it either, did you?
I had to walk to the at 4 after leaving at 10 o'clock today. Yeah, it's been 15 hours on the road we worked out, up to Burton and back. Yeah, it's been a stretch. But it's what it is. I mean, I have to say, and I will get this in now, tip cap to these Charlton supporters that travel. Huddersfield was a horror story. Trains were... People had to stay overnight, I think, after Huddersfield because the trains were at the spout. And then they're back up again on a Tuesday night, 300 last night. And the roads, if they've stayed up and come back this morning, they've met what we've met, which was a couple of hours shut down on the motorway. So, yeah, it's a thankless task at times, and you do have to lift your cap. Fair play.
Yeah, I think I heard Louis Mendes saying he got back at 4 in the morning after Huddersfield, but that was still probably good compared to a lot of people who went trains out.
Some didn't make it. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Anyway, should we talk about something nice, Curbs? Golf yesterday, you and I?
Yeah.
It was good, wasn't it?
Well,
I heard you got spanked.
I was terrible.
No, I heard you both got spanked.
No,
that's just the text I receive. That's just the text I get from people.
So it was a 3-ball, Curbs, wasn't it? You, me...
You can work it out.
Okay.
And Wayne.
And Wayne, so he must be the mole who's giving all the information. Mustn't he?
Yeah. He got 42 points.
He did putt well, though. Yeah.
He putted really well. In fact, you did well, though, Curbs.
Yeah, if I'd have putted, I'd have been out of sight, I think.
Yeah. It was a beautiful day, though, wasn't it?
It was lovely. Lovely and sunny.
Lovely day. And also...
And Minto paid for it. Made it even better.
He is quite generous like that. Yeah. I will say that. He's done that before. It's his local course.
Yeah.
I think he likes to favour with the people in
I think it shows off a little bit.
On my account.
Yeah. He was a bit like that. Actually, he was a little bit like that.
Trust me, I have no account. They're
all walking around calling him Scott or Scotty.
Yeah. Mr. Minto, on your account.
No, the guy behind the bar's called Scott as well. They were talking to him. Yeah, that's what it is. Anyway, but Curbs, look, we've got to mention it. Or can we say now that you've actually been to New Zealand?
Yeah, I'm back.
We weren't allowed to say that beforehand.
What, in case someone went around and robbed me house?
You didn't want us to say anything.
No, I've been to New Zealand and came back a couple of days ago. I went out to see my sister who lives in Auckland. She's been out there, as she told me, 58 years. She's been out there. But she was 80 on bonfire night. So we went out to celebrate that. And it was my birthday a couple of days after. So we celebrated that as well. And we've enjoyed ourselves. So went out with the missus and my other sister. And we had a good time.
And I understand you keep bumping into Charlton fans.
Well, I come out in this shopping mall and my sister's son-in-law was driving. I'm in the front and there was a car in front of us. And out in New Zealand, you can basically buy your number plate. Not a lot of money. You can have your own one made up. And this car in front had CAFC, the Addicts. Right? So I've gone to Craig, who was driving. That number plate. It had CFC, the Addicts, whatever. And anyway, it was in the Albany shopping mall in Auckland, if anybody was driving that car and just watching.
Did you hang around for hours to say, do you know who I am?
No, he was in front of us. And I was going to try and take a picture of it if I could find my phone. But no.
You still got the Nokia 1 and your phone.
He was still an hour short if he'd have found his phone. Like, where's the camera?
So anyway, it was quite interesting. CAFC, the Addicts, number plate.
I've got to say, before I ask Brownie another one question, I've got to ask you another one as well. How was your flight on the way home?
Yeah. It wasn't good. We come back, we cut it short, we come back a bit early, so we all got moved from our original seats, but we had to take it on the chin. But the interesting thing, British Airways, the guy that was running the food and the drinks and whatever, was a guy called Dave Lewis, who was a season ticket holder in the covered end. No, the family stand. That's the covered end, in the covered end, I think. And yeah, he was a season ticket holder. So my sister and my missus got the original seats and I got dumped into economy for a 14-hour flight. But Dave looked after me.
Dave looked after you, or?
Well, that was all right. That was in the proper.
Well, exactly.
That was in the proper seat.
So just to let you know, and rightly so, he'd booked first, but because he had to change and come back a bit early, only two spare seats.
Yeah.
Ginge and
Laura
in first. He's in economy.
Yeah.
Like that, with Hightower.
He's just lined up Dave for a nice shiny new ticket when he wants it. And
No. Dave got me a couple of drinks and whatever. It was all right. Yeah.
A couple of glasses of champagne. I'm not surprised if you pay for a first class ticket. Brownie, I've got to ask you as well, since we met, and I saw you walking up and down there. I've got to be honest with you. I'm slightly concerned.
You know, when he got carried off, was you here when he got carried off on that stretcher with a fanny injury?
No.
He got sent off. Who was the ref? He sent him off, didn't he? The ref.
It's the fella that has himself.
Terrible decision.
You have to narrow that down.
And he's laying on the floor. He's laying on the floor, rolling on the floor in agony, like trying to, get away with it a little bit, and put him on the stretcher. Anyway, he got the red card while he was on the stretcher. When he got to the tunnel, we got off and walked into the dressing room. It didn't work, did it?
So you've just had an operation on the other knee now. So that's the second knee operation. First one was in August.
November
and now you just had it.
for the
How is
second
it?
one. Knee's good, but the physio's just destroyed what was left of my thigh muscle. It's just been decimated last Friday, and I haven't been able to walk since. So, thanks. Well, put it this way, he wound down the window as I got out of the car, the club car, to get here. And I won't repeat what he said, but it was like, have you done something? You just soiled yourself, son.
It's like, you want to see him walk?
He did look like John Wayne.
It's not
were
the knee.
5 minutes on the clock. We were worried you couldn't make it back in time.
Yeah, no, it's not the knee.
The
Listen, I'm telling you now, the knee replacements are brilliant, but she has really damaged my thigh muscle. So, yeah, and the drugs don't help, and the morphine that I'm kicking in is probably not helping.
Blimey.
Yeah, it's been a long couple of weeks.
See what he's done for this club.
I know.
On a serious level, actually.
Look at us two. Look at us two.
Mate,
let's have a race.
I reckon I got 3 hours kip last night. See, let's have a race. Christ.
The 67-year-old's going to be.
Oh dear. Yeah, no, it's. I mean, there's a good hour every day when the morphine kicks in, and then it's just hobbling about as best you can. But I promise you, no complaints, because in 4 weeks' time, I'll be back and Wayne. It won't be just Wayne spanking you two at golf.
We didn't actually talk about Wayne's 60th, did we? Which we played a couple of weeks ago, and which was a good round of golf as well. But you're up for it in what, a month's time?
Yeah, let's get into January, eh?
Oh wow! Look who we got.
Blimey.
Hello, mate.
We're on live, so don't say anything.
Mate, bins are over there, fella.
Come and walk in.
Sorry.
Here he is.
Actually, that's a new jacket.
Hello, mate.
100%, that's a new jacket.
It's not.
Yeah.
Will they let you in again, Kev?
Yeah, security guard had me. Questioned me, patted me
Right.
down.
I can't move that leg any further than that, so shuffle that across a bit.
Yeah, I'll move across. Don't worry.
Jesus.
Liz.
Oi, and you're fined. You've got the first
I'll
round
take
after the
that.
gap.
So I'm saying okay.
All
Let's
right.
put it back 15 minutes. Let's just say someone on the panel said no.
Brownie.
So we are still live right now.
Brownie, it's okay.
No, I never said that.
course
But you
you
are on the first round, all right?
Yeah.
What happened?
Tunnel.
Oh dear.
That's why I left at 3.
And so, some of the issue is, I've got, like, some of us have real jobs as well, so that
that sort of gets in the way also.
That is
as
out of
well.
order. You've done your stint, you've done all right.
Liz, I'm an old age pensioner.
You've done your time, haven't you?
I'm getting my state pension.
Sorry,
Although I'm not getting my winter fuel allowance, which
you're
I
not?
want you to write to Sama
Yeah, I'll
and
do
have a
that.
go at it.
No politics around the table.
Not right now, anyway. We're going to do that later. Anyway, you good?
Yes, thank you.
You're looking well. That's the
yes,
important
thank
thing.
you very much. All the better for seeing you free as well. So
Okay.
that's always good.
Can we officially start now?
Yeah,
right?
yep. I do apologise again.
Okay. Now, in the last few months, we've seen what was a youngish Stevie Brownie, I think, certainly very high-pitched, doing bowling. The lads will never forget about my interview as a teenager, but tonight it's your turn, Liz.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Am I on?
Shall we have a look at what the
That's
Charlton
what we've been
Museum
waiting
has
for
found
you.
on you? Look at him.
That probably was one of the only times they got me doing a job.
Sweeping up the gym there. How old are you?
I'm going to say 16.
first year AP?
16, yeah. 16, 17. Important times, Brownie, those.
Like, very important. I'm just concerned that was our gym. No? How are we supposed to do anything with our bodies like that?
Them boys now have got it good, haven't they? Eh?
Look, we
Them
should actually
boys
send
now,
we should send a
Sparrows
picture.
Lane.
Like, two to a piece of equipment. First man on.
Look at that.
It was first come, first serve, wasn't it?
There's a dumbbell. There's 2 dumbbells. There's one in the corner there. So look,
At least there's 2 dumbbells. And
I
only
used,
one
to,
when I was
I used to
there.
love when Keith used to weigh everyone on a Friday. It was funny.
yeah, we're starving ourselves
Standing
Thursday.
with one leg
yeah.
on, like,
Yeah,
he
which was-
never noticed anything, Keith. I come in one morning, I've got one player standing like that with one leg, one half.
Good old days though? doing
Yeah,
jiu-jitsu?
yeah. Listen, I only done it for a year before I was shifted into the first team squad. But it's so important. It's an appreciation for the boys that are playing and obviously not only just playing but obviously earning
Whose
your.
boots did you clean?
I was going to ask that.
Lee Bowyers.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Lee Bowyers. I remember one time I actually started and he was on the bench.
He cleaned yours.
No, and then after the game he gave me his boots. I've just played 90 minutes. He's not come on
What,
at all. And I looked at him and I was like with concern if he was actually being serious, and he was being serious. So then played 90 minutes and then cleaned his boots and then went home.
Love that. Love that. I can't believe they stopped it. Brownie, whose boots did you clean?
I did several. I did Tommy Caton's, bless. I did Andy Jones, Garth Crooks. That's the 3 I can remember. Yeah, they were all. No, Tommy was generous. The other 2 were tight.
Curse, you had Bobby Moore or what?
No, I didn't do boots. I had to clean the van and clean the dressing room. But the one time, the funny one, was the first team played QPR. And I have to do the away dressing room. So Albert, who looked after us, you know, can't remember the result, but we couldn't get in. We was waiting to get in there. Then they opened the door and we could get in. So we're all running around trying to clean the dressing room and make it as... And I got into the bath area and Dave Webb was still in the bath, smoking a cigar. So he's in the bath like smoking a cigar and I'm fussing around him, like I want him to get out, don't I, so I can clean up. And he just told me to F off, basically.
The good old days. I had Andy Peake and Mark Reed, and then Reedy and Paul Mortimer.
Paul
Is that
Mortimer.
Morts?
Paul Morts.
Yeah.
That's a very nice, isn't it? Peaky and Reedy's a nice. That's 2 gentlemen, right?
No, they were really good guys.
Yeah.
Really good
Can I
guys.
ask a question? Did Morts give you anything?
No, he did.
No, I'm just asking.
Give him a lecture.
About asking
Right,
for
come here,
stuff.
Scott, I've got a lecture for you for your Christmas bonus.
That's worth more than any money I've
Yeah,
given you.
100%.
No, he did. Okay, another trip down memory lane as well involves one of the panel playing for the England under-21s. Have a look at this.
Hold on.
Oh, there you go, Scotty.
Can you see me?
Chiselled.
Where
at
am
the
I?
end there. To the
Yes,
right there, isn't it?
correct.
Yeah.
Middle
So
row,
straight
on the
away.
right.
Next to McManaman.
It looks nothing like you, by the way.
That's
but
what
Is it
McManaman
not?
looks
No.
like from the front.
So when you say chisel but nothing like you mean I've not aged well, that's what you're saying. Can we name anyone?
Bradley Allen, top left.
Bradley Allen.
Chris Bart Williams.
Yeah.
Bart, another one.
Neil Heaney.
Yeah.
Is that Ray Parler there?
Ray Parler.
That's what he parted.
Yeah.
Some squad that, innit?
Yes.
Marcus Stewart. Is that one? Yeah, Marcus Stewart.
Yeah. Ian Walker was our goalkeeper.
Steve Watson.
Lee Clark.
Some squad that
Yeah,
must have done well, that team,
wasn't
innit?
bad.
Yeah.
We I can't even remember. It's too far.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. 1992. Yeah.
So Neil Heaney actually sent me that just the other day.
Oh, wow.
We've got in contact. We're meeting up tomorrow.
All right, good.
So it should be really good as well. Okay, have you guys got your Christmas presents sorted yet? No, not yet? Well, half-season tickets are on sale. Let's take a look. Half-season tickets are available now, and if purchased before December the 4th, you can get 14 games for the price of 9 in some areas, with the cheapest adult ticket for just over £16 a game. An under 11 ticket can be purchased for just £25. That means it's less than £2 per game, making it the perfect Christmas present. Head to booking.cafc.co.uk to get yours now. Actually, Brownie, I've got a question for you here. Question to Brownie when talking Christmas is, when should Christmas trees go up? He's getting very passionate about it.
Right. So this has just been discussed in the car coming down. Is that Smithy?
I'm not telling you who it was. I can't tell you
Right.
who it was.
Smithy doesn't eat mince pies, so there's sacrilege
Just
number
so you
one.
don't-
And I said, I will have a battle with Mandy. I will leave for the Valley on the 14th for Mansfield, and I will tell her, do not put the tree up today. And when I get home, the tree will be up.
Ours
If
went
I
up
had my
today.
way, it would go up.
Ours went up today as well.
Why?
Well, we've got grandkids. They want to come round and have a look at the tree.
It's a whole month from getting excited. And
He's so miserable. Jesus.
Is it Ebenezer now?
the cattle
Yeah,
attacking,
yeah, yeah.
the dog
I think it's that knee. I think the knees are in.
Not only is he's not putting his up, he's upset people who put theirs up as well.
What, is yours up? Theirs not?
Yeah,
Ours
I was
went
up. I was up since last Sunday. Helping the missus done it as well.
What our typical Christmas is, right, what do you two want? I've heard George is back, Scotty, Cameron, Putter. Oh, yeah, no worries, George. I'll start saving up, shall I, for next Christmas? About 500 quid a pop.
Actually, I was blaming my putter yesterday, and I said I think I need a new putter, and the two of them went, no.
yeah, nice
I think you should. I
Nice
think you should. You can.
Cameron.
Your boy can have my one, and I'll go and get a new one myself.
Yeah, that would be great if he backs that one. It's a bit scratched, isn't it? You should send that back.
For the record, and I hate agreeing with you, December the 1st is when it should go up. I haven't put mine up yet.
Yeah, it's too early, isn't it?
Oh, see, there you
I
go.
think today's all right. But
Today.
anyway,
you're all serious?
Yeah.
December the 1st?
Yeah, that is the official day. They did say that. I've heard that.
that's
before.
that's when I normally put it up. I haven't put it up, so I
Oh,
haven't put it
no,
up
we've
yet.
never that.
So when do you put it up then? Like 21st
whenever
or what?
Mrs. Brown says it goes up, really. I will try and delay that for as long as possible.
What would your choice be?
After the Mansfield game closed.
I thought you were going to say after Christmas.
In total up, 2 to 3 weeks maximum for the whole period.
Full of joy in the brown.
Lights
isn't it?
outside.
Well, yeah, she'll put some lights up. Well, no, she'll make me put.
It's always a sheep.
He's got an excuse this year. But it was almost automatic then, wasn't it?
Listen, we love Christmas.
Yeah, sounds like-
minimal work, minimal fuss. Lovely roast dinner though. The dinner's got to be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you help with
We'll
that?
spend a few quid on the dinner. Yeah.
Do you help with that?
Oh yeah.
The cooking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm better than her at cooking.
Okay.
I cook every night. Yeah.
Okay.
See that? Stunned you a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, and also Mandy as well. But
Yeah.
Well, no.
Anyway, about our home form, should we? Because that's what promo was
Yeah.
about, to
Yeah.
maybe try and get
Oh yeah.
tickets.
Yeah. No.
1-3, drawn 3, lost 1 in the league so far this season. What have we made of the season so far at the Valley, and how important is it to build on that in the second half?
Yeah. I mean, you always say, don't you? Your season's based around your home form. If you can make it, takes the pressure off away. You know. But I just think we're in a position. It's been. I've said this just before after the Huddersfield game. We have a really important 7 days, and we've got the win last night. We've got the cup game on Saturday, and if you can put yourself in a position where you've got a little third round tie to look forward to, hoping grabbing one of the big guns, and then you can pop another 3 points against Crawley, that 7 days could change the mentality of a lot of people in terms of confidence, in terms of morale, in terms of where we sit in the league. You're looking up, looking at that playoff spot, that 6th spot. So it's a very good tick in the box last night in terms of achieving that first step. But you have to make this a very tough place to come. And by and large, we've seen off Bolton, you know, Wrexham draw, we've seen off Birmingham. You know, we've made this a relatively tough place to come.
Yeah, the atmosphere at times has been absolutely superb, hasn't it? I mean, 16 home games to go, really important. We still carry on with that.
We've got to put a run together. We've got to put 4 or 5 games together to give everyone a lift. I think, you know, it was, for all sorts of reasons, that was a massive result last night. Not just for Nathan and the players, but for the fans and everybody else. Everyone connected with the club, really, because getting beat at Burton, who were bottom of the table, and as Brown just said, got the cup game fine, got Crawley, another team in the bottom 4 or whatever. You know, they're must-win games.
Yeah.
If we think we're going to get in the top 6, at least, if we think we're going to get there, we've got to put a 4 or 5 game run together, and hopefully it'll start now. Done the Burton one. Can we beat Crawley, and then leading up to Christmas and over Christmas, if we can put a run together, the new year looks a lot better.
Okay, well, let's look back before we look forward first, shall we? And while it was actually October against Chelsea under-21s in the EFL Trophy, because that was after our last monthly show, let's have a look at that as well. And Liz, I have to say, 2 goals for Miles here, his first since returning from injury. I mean, big moments, isn't it? When you have a long-term injury, you come on as a striker and you score goals.
Yeah,
straight away.
this will be massive for him. He's a strong boy. He's 6'6", isn't he? But for him to get off the mark quickly, and I think it's quite important that he got a goal early and it didn't carry on to 4 or 5 games, because you sort of start questioning yourself. But he's someone, if we give the service to, he'll score goals. And obviously this is Chelsea's under 21s, and you expect Miles to go and get goals here and influence the game, but you still have to go and then do it, which he did. So really good for the team. He's in the box, he finds space, and that's a really good header, like his old man.
Absolutely. Curbs, it might only be Chelsea under-21s, but goals in these games, they build that confidence, don't they? Especially for someone like Miles, who's been injured for a long time.
To be fair, I've not seen him score too many with his head. For someone who's that big, actually, our set plays ain't been that great, have they, anyway? But, you know, it's a part of his game that I think that he's got to improve on. It's got to be, you know, if he's going to score, hopefully, 15 to 20 goals, then some headers will come along. But it's just nice to see him back, isn't it? That's the big thing. It makes a big difference to us.
I think it also tells a difference as well, even though Chelsea have had chances, Brownie, of talented youngsters versus men, should we say.
And if you just look at the highlights here, crosses into the box, these Chelsea youngsters really struggled physically and organisational wise. They went zonal with no one really taking any responsibility to attack the ball, and got physically out-muscled. You saw Miles with a little tiny shove, and he got his header in for the first goal, but they really struggled, you know, because they actually did create some very, very good chances. Ashley Manuel-Brewer was arguably the man of the match that night. He had a really good game, made 3 or 4 very, very good saves, but we did the business the other end. He did the business that end, and it looks like a comfortable result. And actually, I was here, it kind of was. But yeah, that I find that's their issue, the 21s players. You know, if you look at the leagues, most teams in the 21s concede a lot of goals, and there's a highlight of why.
Absolutely. After that, it was a trip to Southend and what was an excellent cup tie for the neutral. It was some game, wasn't it? You were there. What did you make of it?
It was an odd one. It was an odd one because they'd had a decent run of form leading up to this game, but either side of that run of form, they've not played particularly well. And we met them when they were relatively confident, but if they could defend again, that is a brilliant header. Yeah. It's a great ball in from Josh Edwards, well met by Miles, well guided. But if they could defend set pieces, they created opportunities, Southend, and they gave us a bit of a go. But this is the beauty of the FA Cup, isn't it? Right here, what you're seeing here. You know, a team that's national conference that really shouldn't give us a game, gave us a right good game.
It's a proper FA Cup game, Curbs, isn't it?
Yeah, and a good crowd. I think that, you know, we took lots of fans there, and, you know, you can see all behind one goal. But, see, look, I think Nathan's got a decision to make this weekend. Walsall in the Cup. You know, if we win that, then you said earlier about big guns, hopefully get a payday. Would that affect the transfer situation? I don't know with the owners we've got. I think there's enough. If there's money there, then they'll be able to spend it. But, you know, so he's got 2 games, and I honestly think the Crawley game is bigger than the Walsall game.
much.
You know, so I don't know how he's going to shape up for the Walsall game, the cup game. But as you say, if we beat Walsall, we could get a real decent draw, which could be a money spinner. But is that the main point?
This is a decent finish coming up as well. Cause
Yeah.
This is the 120th minute.
Yeah.
So, you know, they could deal with it, but I think he does very, very well there.
Liz?
Yeah, it's a great finish, and to manoeuvre his body where he can actually do that looks quite difficult for someone like myself to be able to turn all the way around and then actually be facing the goal. And then, as Brownie said, to get the power and precision in probably, what is it, a 90-odd minute is a really good finish, and probably a goal that he needed as well.
Yeah, great finish there from Gassan. After a game full of goals at Southend, we're wondering how we didn't find the net against Exeter, weren't we?
Yeah, I obviously didn't go to this one. I was laid up. I think it was the day after me op, and my recollection of it, Scotty, from watching the game was that we defended really, really well in the first half. I think that was our only attempt on target, but that doesn't tell the full story, because we have two great chances in the second half that don't hit the target, that should go in. But I think by and large Exeter had the best of the first half, and we defended resolutely from my recollection of the game. You know, defended that box like we did in the first sort of month of the season, and that gave us the platform to go on and maybe get the results second half, and we did play better second half. I think we were the better side second half, but sadly conceded from a set piece.
Do you think that's where we are, though, going to Exeter and having to defend really well to get anything?
I mean, they're not bad at home, but no,
Yeah.
not really. I
Yeah.
mean, that's where we should be.
Yeah.
But again, it's where you meet teams and
yeah.
what state you're in when you meet teams.
Yeah.
You know, ideally, in an ideal world, no, you should be blowing like teams like Exeter away, but you know, we're not in that position at the moment. That's not to say, I agree with Curbs, this league is oddly tight. We were 4 points off the relegation zone, but we're only 7 off the playoffs. And if you do win next week at Crawley, there will be a very different look to that table and a very different feel. And again, if we were to slip up against Walsall but beat Crawley, you'd take that over beating Walsall and or drawing and losing to Crawley. I would anyway. But there's the first big chance.
Yeah.
Matty will be. He's a good finisher,
Yeah.
and he'll be disappointed he ain't found the net. And Alex will be even more disappointed with the header, I think. Well, my recollection of it anyway.
Yeah, Curbs, we did have the better chances in the second half, and you know, how do you look at that? If we are to try and get back up the table, we need to turn these draws into wins, don't we?
Well, I think when we've had the discussion, you know, Brownie spoke a lot about defending and etc., clean sheets and whatever. And I've kept on for some time now about who's going to score our goals. I don't see many coming from set plays. I don't see anyone really from midfield who's going to, you know, threaten double figures, which is what you need. And then we've got to find 2 strikers who are going to get us like 30 goals. So for me, it's more about scoring goals, and perhaps Brownie's on about not conceding them.
Yeah, I said something as a quiz question in the car on the way up. So you've got, this is league goals only, because Miles has obviously got a few in the cup. You've got Godden 5 and 1, so 5 goals, 1 assist. Luke Berry 4 goals, no assists, and they're off the bench. I think 2 or 3 of them. The next person for goal involvements, 1 goal, 2 assists. Who would that be? And after many guesses, it's Chucks. Yeah, and that's sort of where we are. Behind our 2 main scorers.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think
And it's
the
all
lack
a
of
glutton
goals-
of ones.
The lack of goals always puts you under pressure. As a team, once you concede, you think, well, how are we going to get back in this? You know, we ain't free scoring. And as I say, one of the areas are set plays, and we're not being very good at set plays. You know, I can't remember really us scoring from a corner or a free kick, really.
Okay, let's have a look at Bromley. That's up next, that game. I mean, it's great to see Bromley in the EFL, isn't it? I love it.
Yeah.
I don't live a million miles away at all. And yeah, I know exactly who I want to win this one. And Miles on the score sheet again, Liz. 4 goals in 4 games.
Yeah, I mean, as I said before, it's so important that he got off the marker. He would have had months where he dreamt about scoring goals and being back on the pitch and being healthy and fit. To get 4 in 4 is really good from him, considering he would have been rusty. But as Brownie alluded to, I think it's 1 in the league. So I think he'll be desperate now to...
No, I don't think he's got a goal in the league.
Oh, is he not?
No, I don't think he's managed.
Okay.
But he's getting closer. He had a great header last night that cannoned off the post. He had a little volley over the shoulder that drifted just a foot wide. He's not far out.
Yeah,
When he
sometimes
gets
all it
off the
takes is
mark,
that one,
yeah,
innit?
absolutely.
And
That's what you feel like. Yeah.
Curb spoke about people getting goals. I think with Miles, he's that sort of player. He'll get 1, and then he'll get 2, and then he'll get 3. But that first one's always the hardest to get after a long-term injury. But I think it's really important that he gets it really soon.
Curbs, 3 games, 3 wins in the EFL Trophy. On to Leyton Orient next up. But where do you put the EFL Trophy? Is it a bit of an issue to have in the first place, or is it a way of building confidence and giving players minutes on the pitch?
Depends on what Nathan does in terms of team selection, but what I said earlier, are we going to win the FA Cup? No. If we win this competition, fine. We've got to get out of this league. So I'll be putting all my eggs in one basket, and for me, the quality game is much more important than Walsall. But other people may disagree, but I just think we've got to put, as I keep saying it, we've got to build some momentum. We need 3 or 4 results together, so everyone starts feeling a little bit better, a little bit more confident, and I'm sure the players will respond and the fans will. We just need that run, and we've not had anything like it so far this season. So hopefully, as Bernie said, I think we was talking earlier, Burton, Crawley, then there was.
You've got Mansfield.
We'll come on to the games coming up.
Winnable
after
games
this.
in our eyes.
Yeah, some difficult ones, some very winnable ones. Great save at the end there, by the way, wasn't it? A fantastic save. Let's look at Huddersfield then. You travelling again, Brown Dog? Were you working on that game?
Travelled up that day, and
Yeah.
it was another honker. Travelling wise, anyway.
What did you make of it on the pitch?
I thought that we were not second best, but they were the better side in the first 45 minutes. Again, just my observations were up there on the day. We struggled a little bit, and they score with this, and again, when you look at this, that's too easy to concede that goal. And then the same player I don't know if you're going to show this, but the same player as a header that's even easier than that to go 2-0 up, and I promise you, the feeling watching the game at that point was if that goes in, it might have broken the backs of our lads, and the performance that we were putting in, it could have been costly. He missed, and we found a way to go up the other end and do. They're not going to show the header because it's already come, right? But they go up the other end and they get this without really causing too many problems for Huddersfield, and it gets us back on level terms in a game that I don't think we should have been level terms on. So you go down the tunnel thinking, actually there's an incident before you go down the tunnel, which makes life more difficult. But if you'd have gone down 1-1 with 11 players, who knows?
Liz, how frustrating is it when you have good chances, just not able to convert?
Yeah, and as Curb said before, if you're looking to achieve anything in this league, I've been in this league, you've got to get goals in. You've got to have people scoring 12. You've got people 15 goals, and at the moment we're getting chances and we're not taking them. But look, Huddersfield was a game I thought we would go there and do well. I think we're that sort of club that anyone we play against, we're not expected to get points in. We normally get away with it, but obviously being a man sent off in this game, it made it really, really difficult to get anything out of a decent Huddersfield team, and it was another disappointing result.
Yeah, those highlights are a tad misleading because we had 2 great chances second half. There was a brilliant ball put in from the left. I think it was Small, and Miles got across his man with a great header. Thought that was going to nestle in the bottom corner. One skid, and it skidded past. Keeper had no chance. Skidded just wide of the post, and Hadmay missed a header from very close range. That any kind of contact and its level. They did a couple of good chances as well, but I thought with 10 men we surprised them a little bit. We didn't just back off and sit behind the ball and go come and attack us for 40 minutes. We actually went on and tried to pressurise and caught them out for 10 minutes in the second half, and I thought you couldn't ask any more of those players second half in terms of what they tried to give the club and the performance. But Huddersfield have got a good home record, and I think they're 7 without a loss now or something like that, and when you're on those runs you find a way to get that second goal, which they did, But the sending off was a bit of a controversial one, and they showed. I think that was the best angle you could show from our perspective. There's other angles that you go, and I think there was an appeal that failed. Which the laws of the game today, sadly, it wasn't that bad a challenge, but the laws of the game.
It was a strange challenge, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. The manner of how he tried to challenge, he was just trying to volley the ball into the stands. He got no contact on it, and so. But the laws of the game mean the referee's being assessed. He's got no real option.
Okay.
In my opinion. Yeah.
I know you want to try and forget the journey to and from Burton, but can we talk about the game now as well?
Go for the game. You can take this out if you want, you boys.
You're still breaking out in a cold sweat. Who wants to take this on then? I mean, just how important was it we found a way to win?
Oh, it's a big result. I'm not saying it's massive or this or that, but it was a big result considering the way we've been going, and you're going away from home against a team in the bottom 2 or 3. You've got to get the result, and and the expectation level was on us to get the result. I mean, I didn't see the game, but did we deserve it, Brownie?
I would have said we deserved it purely based on the statistics, but a lot of our shots were like marked. That was their best opportunity, and it was a very good save, low down, good strong arm from Ash. But we created enough opportunities, and there were 1 or 2 that we should have scored from. Miles' header that cannons off the post. Gas has a header as well that he does. This is the post one, and Gas has a header from sort of 7 yards out. But it looks like he should do better, but it's not an easy one. But yeah, we deserved to win, but it did look like, sadly, on the night, it was going to be here's the sending off. Watch this. I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing as a Burton manager and a teammate? What are you doing, fella? And he knows it, right? But it didn't look like we were going to break the deadlock. We were having these half chances, the header from Miles, etc. It didn't look like we were going to break the deadlock, and the fact we did is massive.
It's a game changer, I think, because I think if we draw this, I think there's real pressure on the boys for the next game after that. I know we won the game and we expected to win it, but it's hard, isn't it, to beat a team of 10 men, and you're expected to beat them, and you're not on a good run yourself. So, look, I know we go there and we expect to beat them, but if we don't win that, I think the pressure mounts, and I think the next game becomes really difficult. So, although we sit here and we say we should have beat them, and I think it's a massive result. And time will tell if it means anything. Hopefully it gives us a little run. But if we don't go to the next game now and win, this absolutely means nothing.
Yeah. And Brandon, just a word on Conor Coventry's performance as well, the standout player on the pitch. And following his recent call up to the Ireland national team, it's been a great couple of weeks for him, hasn't it?
Yeah. And he was very, very good last night. Head and shoulders, in my opinion, above anybody else. And actually the finish, the first one was unlucky. The keeper makes an unbelievable save. When it comes back to him, the second shot's nowhere near as crisp. But it doesn't matter. Those crabbers are really hard to read, and it bobbles into that bottom corner. And actually, I really like the celebration from the team, because this has been our tough time. And I actually love the fact they went over that corner, and the relief in them. And it, sometimes players just jog back. I really like the way they celebrated that. And I honestly, sitting here, you hope that kick-starts a bunch of results, because all of us out there, everyone, just come on, get up this league, let's have a go.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's a kickstart like that. It really is.
Okay, well, let's have a look at the league, shall we? And we will start off with the bottom half. Thankfully, we're not in it. So, Liz, you know where I'm going with this.
Yep.
Let's go with Leyton Orient.
Yeah, not much.
What's your feeling?
Look,
I'm not happy with Rotherham being down there, to be honest. Didn't expect that.
Yeah, I had Rotherham. I think I said at the beginning of the season, I had Rotherham as one of the favourites to go up after the few of the signings they had, but it shows League One's a difficult league. Just a bit worried about Leyton Orient at the moment. A little bit concerned. I've seen some of their results. I know they got a win the other day, I think last week, but it's going to be difficult for them now.
Yeah.
A bit concerned at the moment, but there's a number of games and enough points, and you're hoping like we did yesterday, they get a lucky result somewhere and it kickstarts their season again.
Okay, well, let's have a look at the top half then, shall we? We are in 12th, 5 points off the top 6. Brandon, we do, as Curbs was just saying, we need to just go on that run now, don't we?
Yeah, there is a chance to do it. There really is. And you're right, there are 1 or 2 tougher games on paper. There are 1 or 2 easier games. We've got to get Sati out of the way, and Nathan will address that how he wants to, because we are limited. We are struggling from week to week in terms of injuries we're picking up, and people who need a bit of a rest, etc. But when we get to Crawley, that is the one. You pop another 3 points on, and then you do have Mansfield, who are, they're 10th, but they were in the top 4. They are hitting just a little dodgy patch.
Yeah.
We talk about meeting teams at the right time. Are we meeting them at the right time?
If we beat Crawley, then Mansfield, you jump above Mansfield.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Yeah, and let's hope they are on their mini, blip, if you like, and we meet them then, because then we go on to...
we continue it for them. I just want to ask Curbs, Wickham, just sensational
Amazing.
moment, just go win after win after win. What about your former side, Birmingham? Any worries for them?
Any what?
Any worries for them? They look nailed on to...
No, because I think that the way that the financial fair play rules are worked out, they've got some massive investors. Tom Brady, the NFL star and whatever. They're doing a bit of a Man City in the third division, if you like. And no, I think they will go again. They're getting 28,000. They're selling out. And it's really took off there. So I just think that when the window opens up, they've got the ability to go again and be attractive.
They're spending like a top end championship.
Well,
is
it Stansfield they bought? Well, Alfie we know, but they've gone and bought Dykes from QPR. And they can go again because the funds are coming in.
Incredible. Let's have a look at the fixtures because we've alluded to it a lot now, haven't we? Important to go on a really good run. And this is who we have got next. Of course, we've got Walsall in the Cup, which technically still is in November. But for December, Crawley at home, Lincoln away, Mansfield at home, Northampton away, Cambridge at home here on Boxing Day, and then Wickham away. And Curb, some winnable games, but some very difficult games in there as well.
Well, we know that because where we find ourselves at the moment.
But if we're going to get up there, we need to beat these teams, don't we?
As
well
well
as the teams down there.
That is a set of fixtures for me. That if we can, get a majority of the results, that will set us up for the new year. And I don't know if Nathan or the club are looking to perhaps bring people in or do whatever when the window opens up. But it makes us a lot more attractive if we're in and around the top 6.
Liz, can you stick a points total on that?
No. I'm always worried when I see these results and then we sit here and we say we should win. And I'm always worried. I have no concerns when we play Birmingham, Wrexham, and I spoke about Huddersfield. I felt that we could go there and get it. I have no concerns that the lads are going to turn up, maybe not win the game, but put performances on that maybe allow us to have a chance. I'm always concerned about these games. I would never put any points on those because I'm always quite worried about the teams at the bottom of the league.
With 5 home games, you talk about home importance, Valley, 5 home games in December. You can stamp your authority on those games. Lincoln away is tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. But yeah, 5 at home. You'd rather have 5 at home than 5 away, wouldn't you?
You certainly would indeed. It's a big month coming up for sure. Okay, lads, on to the Chicken George Goal of the Month competition. Or maybe not. Got some bad news. They've taken the voting off us. Apparently,
I'm not surprised, to be honest.
Someone has said something about Kevin Lisbie only selecting players he coaches. Liz, would you like to react to that?
I don't believe that for a minute. I don't believe someone said that, and I want to see that in writing.
You don't believe someone said it, or you don't believe that's the reason we've been taken off? That's 2 different things.
Want to see it in writing?
No.
Yeah, he's had some issues in the past, hasn't he? He's coming out with that.
Liz, you're right to ask it in writing.
I'm a bit concerned that we don't all agree that the goal we chose last month wasn't the goal.
No, you chose, and Scott backed you up because he voted for us before.
Oh, sorry. When I say we, I was actually talking about me.
You chose it, and it was because you coached him. That's the whole point. Now we've lost the ability to give Goal of the Month out.
Shall I step in? You're right to demand to see it in writing. We cannot do that in writing because it was not true. You're right. You called our bluff.
Come on. Yeah.
In fairness, it's just because obviously of Saturday's FA Cup game against Walsall still being in November. That means that November hasn't finished.
That sounds more.
Do you know who's going to do it? Who's going to be at the game at the weekend? So who's going to decide on Chicken George?
No, I don't want the responsibility.
Can you handle the pressure?
Yeah, not really. I don't. Really.
It's not realistic if Brownie does.
No, it's not, is it? What do I know about goals?
You know more about goals than he does. So
we're doing it. I'm sitting there going, well, it looks all right to me.
That's a good goal. That's a goal.
Can we make it head of the month or tackle of the month?
Block of the month. Let's have a block of the month, right?
Look, Brownie, you've been around enough good players to know good goals, and you've seen them in training.
There we go.
If you need to give me a text or a call, just do that. I'll help you out. Don't worry about it.
Well, Brownie, you do have the decision this month, so good luck with that.
I apologise in advance.
Okay, one person that may be on Brownie's shortlist is Jamaican sensation Kahiem Dixon, who netted 4 goals, yes, 4 goals in the under-21s against Wingate and Finchley in the London Senior Cup last night. Let's take a look.
Kahiem, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 goals here tonight. What did you make of your performance?
It wasn't my best performance. Like, I still have room where I should be improving, and I'll be fixing that during the trip.
And if you had to pick one of the goals, what one would you pick?
The third one,
Can you talk me through the goal?
like, it was a slip, it was a true pass from midfielder, like, kick over, keeper went to it, like, roll it in the goal.
And obviously a credit to the rest of the team, a really professional performance out there tonight.
Yeah, loving it. Boys give their all. You know, it's a professional game, and they give a professional performance, and that's what matters.
And elsewhere tonight, the first team obviously picked up a win on the road against Burton and Albion. Just how excited are you to get back out there for the first team?
I'm really excited. Like, I'll be waiting my turn, and once my time, I'll take it.
Perfect, thank you.
Greg, let him go in. He's freezing. Can't you see that?
He's actually looking at his passport thinking, when can I go back to Jamaica?
Greg? Did you say Greg?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I heard that interview earlier. That's not Stubbers.
Is it not
And I said
Stubbers?
the same thing.
Okay.
And I went, what's Stubbers doing there and not coming up to Burton for? That's not Stubbers.
Well, he's got a voice
the
alike,
same
hasn't he?
voice as Stubbers.
Absolutely.
And Stubbers, by the way, I found out on the way up, like, hates Coldplay. He's the only person in the country to hate Coldplay.
That's quite random, man.
Is this just like information no one needs to know?
That was a long drive, wasn't it?
I'm not having it.
That's
Who
come
hates
from
Coldplay?
absolutely nowhere.
Interesting.
I don't.
Here we
Interesting.
go.
No, interesting.
So you get a story out of a story.
Yeah.
In
Bill
Auckland,
Curbishley.
no, in
Here we go.
Auckland, Coldplay were out there when I was in Auckland playing Eden Park. And part of the deal, if you bought a ticket, you got free transport on the buses or the trains to the stadium and back again. Because they didn't want people driving to the stadium and clogging the whole thing up.
Okay.
So Coldplay, if you bought a Coldplay ticket, you actually got free transport to go and watch the concert and back again. Great idea.
I've got limited like brain space, and I feel like this is sort of.
Yeah, it's not for you, is it?
It's a band, Kevin, it's a band.
It's not for you.
We haven't had the Who story yet.
It's a band.
That's coming.
Yeah, it was coming. Can we ask one question on Kahiem?
He just
Is
scored
that
4
right?
goals,
Yeah.
and we're talking about, is it Coldplay?
And how much do I know about the goals? Because I thought the first one was the best one, and he said third.
I mean, 1, it's great to see him scoring goals. 2, what have you made of him so far? And 3, how close can he be maybe to a first team place? Who wants to go?
How old is he?
20, isn't he? Is he 20? Yeah, look. He got 4 goals, and
Wasn't one of his best games,
And
I love
he's
that.
about to say that, and he said it weren't one of his best performances. So I'm sure there's a lot more to come if you're scoring 4 goals and you're not happy. Then I'm sure he wants more from himself. And look, whether or not he can get into the first team or not will be depending on
He did mention it a little bit, didn't he?
how he trains and.
When they asked him, he did mention it a little bit.
What's
Yeah,
that?
well, I can't wait. He was sort of like...
Yeah, listen. He's come from Jamaica to England.
To play in the first
Yeah,
team.
it's not the best weather over here. It is the best weather over here. So he's come. He's
He
come
could do
over
with
here.
your hat.
Cheers, thanks for that, Kev. Look, he's come over here to play in it, and look, he doesn't want to. Although he's got 4 goals in that game, he wants to be involved in the first team, and he wants to
That's
make
what
his
he sounded
family
like.
proud. He wants to make everyone in Jamaica proud. So.
Yeah, I mean, he has come on, and he possesses something that we are lacking, which is that ability to ball at his feet, taking people on, quick change of direction. He set up Miles here with the 15 minutes he had. We were a lovely back here, where Miles dragged. I can't remember, he dragged the shot wide, and it was a chance for Miles. He's got that ability, which I think we lack. And in last night's game, funny enough, weirdly, was crying out for a Kahiem. Tight areas. They went into a block, really deep block, and you needed somebody who could work in tight spaces, move the ball quick. We haven't seen enough of him. That's the truth.
What's he got? 4-year contract. He's got 4 years, so it's obviously a long-term project. And
Yeah, maybe, but I thought there was a chance to get him on at Cambridge when we were 2-0 up. He was on the bench. I thought that's the perfect opportunity. I think, but
I just love the fact he scored 4 goals and said he didn't play well. That tells me that he wants to be a proper player, not just about goals. And he scored 4, not 3.
Yeah, and some of us talk about it for ages and we score 3, don't we?
Yeah.
He's got 4 and he's not happy.
Some forgot on their phone.
I know,
In case they can't get in the ground.
Even when there's no one on the game, you've still got it ready. Okay, it's been a bit of a tough month for the Charlton men's side. It's also been a tough month for Charlton women's side as well, including this loss to Bristol City.
Charlton winless in 5 across all competitions after 4 straight wins at the start of the season. Ward driving forward, that's a good ball across, and it's headed in at the near post by Lexi Lloyd-Smith. A 7th goal this season in all competitions for her. Jamie Lee Napier picks it up for Bristol City, drives to the byline, cuts it across, and Libby Bants through the legs of the defender to double Bristol City's lead. A first goal for Libby Bants since joining on loan from Brighton. Charlton corner. In it comes, and Hutton on the volley finds the bottom corner. Charlton with a goal back, and this game's all to play for now. Lloyd-Smith controls it really well and picks out Morgan. 2 Charlton defenders around her. Slides it into Ward. Ward shoots with her right foot. It's a good stop from Whitehouse. Bristol City corner. Only cleared as far as Lloyd-Smith. And the forward can get the ball in. Lands on the edge of the box for Harrison. Plenty of power, couldn't get it on target. Time running out for Charlton to find the leveller they need. O'Rourke picks it up. Shoots from range, and Bentley equal to it.
Yeah, slightly disappointing to lose to Bristol City at home. And Liz, it's one of those, again, where Karen just needs to somehow try and find a win, doesn't it? And then try and get momentum off the back of that.
Yeah, difficult now. It seems ages ago, me and Brownie were sat here watching them play and they were doing well. And I think is it no wins in 6 at the moment, and look like they're struggling a little bit. Obviously, I was just saying to Brownie, Bristol City I thought played really well. They looked like they were strong, aggressive, quick up front, and that sort of killed us a little bit in that game. But look, as we did the other day, yesterday, you just need a lucky goal to go in, and it could change everything. So I'm sure they'll keep plugging away and hopefully get a result soon.
Absolutely. Well, Karen and the team are here for the FA Cup tie with Lewis on December the 8th, with the men's first team season ticket holders able to attend for free. It's a great opportunity for fans to come down, experience the women's first team match here at the Valley. Okay, now the club's new fan zone has been incredibly popular on match days, and the new tussle pitch has been part of that. Our partners at Mount Pleasant, should I say, were over last month and had a little game on the pitch. Let's take a look.
1v1, winner stays out. Who's going to be the champ?
fixture.
Yeah, great to see some fun being had playing one-on-one. Now, Curbs, I want to throw this to you, the toughest question of the night. Who wins one-on-one between Liz and Brownie? And I don't mean at the moment with those knees.
It's not even a question.
1-on-1.
You got in their prime, by the way.
No, yeah, that's what I was in their prime.
Yeah,
In their prime.
Oh, in there you on about?
Yeah.
Oh, Brownie all day. Brownie.
In my prime.
Yeah.
Brownie all
I'll
day.
snatch you in two.
Brownie.
In that cage, you've got nowhere
That's
to run.
what-
You're brain dead and you're in a tiny cage.
No, but that's
Defend
your
yourself, Liz.
That's your issue. What do you mean? Snap me in
You've
two? We're playing
lost. I've
football,
beaten
not
far better
wrestling.
than you 1v1.
Listen,
Listen,
Liz,
you just said
we're
you
just
snapped
trying
me
to
too.
It's not even
Liz,
an
we're
argument.
just
I'll
trying to give him a lift. He's so down. Look at him.
I'll stop
Huh?
arguing. It's not
He's
even
been
a
down.
question.
He's like that. Look, he needs lifting up.
He's not going to say
Charlton's
he's
greatest managers pick me. Move on.
not for fun. Signing, didn't
He just killed you that line. Before we do move on, Liz, former teammate that you'd least like to have a one-on-one, apart from Brownie?
Richard Rufus.
Yeah.
Richard
we
Rufus.
used to do a keep ball and he'd match you up with somebody and
Yeah.
I always got matched with Rufus because no one else wanted him and it was horrible. Yeah.
Man,
But we-
ball,
Did you
wife,
actually have a ball
kids.
between you, or
Well, no,
was it just
I mean,
a wrestle between?
yeah, I mean, if I got in control of it, he just jump out of the way time, wouldn't it? But it was a horrible thing.
I'll tell you, I'd like
Rufus
Mark
was-
Fish, because he wouldn't bother, would he? In
Yeah.
training.
Well, the easiest one would be Klaus. You just push him out of the way and he'd sit down. This is a silly game.
What we're doing
like
this
the
for?
real game.
No, what we're doing this
Yeah.
for?
I only turn up on a Saturday, 3 o'clock.
And he did.
And final one as well. You've been known to mention Thierry Henry being one of the toughest opponents, but you had him in your pocket apparently. Is that
No,
right?
I've never had him in the
No,
pocket.
No?
No.
I can answer that with a
How would that be? You
If
and
I did,
him
he was-
in your
he was
prime
taking
and
a
his
breather.
prime in the
Who?
tussle pitch. Thierry Henry
Oh, it's not even. Yeah. No, he'd embarrass me.
with the new Bionic knees.
No,
The
he'd
$6
embarrass me.
$6 knees.
It'd embarrass me. It's yeah.
He has done. He has done before.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. That was not. It's not a nice afternoon when you see him running out. It's like, oh, this is going to be horrible.
He used to run along the back four. He used to walk along the back four and pick on the slowest.
Yeah.
Not just for Charlton, but that's what he used to
Yeah.
do. Realise what one was the slowest and stayed there.
The only beauty was, Scotty, I was on the penalty spot, so he had nowhere to go in behind.
Did he score a back heel? Did he score a back heel?
Not against.
That was
Don't
against
put that
Fulch.
on me. That was
Fulch.
Fulch.
Was that false?
Yeah.
that was
To be
against
fair,
Fulch.
he could have gone along the back line and picked the quickest, and he still would have been.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
the one about overtaking Rufus, and he comes back and he goes, "You're very lucky. I've been ill this week. It would have been a lot further."
I used to get his boot like for Nordoff Robbins, which you've been to.
Yeah.
He used to give me his boots every. Pat Rice used to get me his boots, but he gave them to me after a game here, and I said I better put these in a bucket of water. And they're red hot like that.
I
And
bet they
he
were
looked
on
at me as if
fire,
I,
for sure.
like, it looked at me as if I was mad.
Bonnie the douche, wouldn't he? Okay, now Mount Pleasant are our partners in Jamaica. We're fortunate enough to have two Jamaican internationals, of course, in our men's first team, Corey Anderson and Kahiem Dixon. And they were two of the first people to try Pukka's new inspired by home jerk chicken parcel. Let's take a look.
Run you through a little bit of what? Go for it.
Yeah, I will. So Rach and I are here from Pukka. Number of projects, but what we're doing was supporting grassroots with kit. What we know is that we've definitely, taken as much influence as possible.
Yes, guys, we're here today at Charlton Training Ground. I'm here with my boy Kahiem Dixon. How you doing today, bro?
Good.
Good?
Yes.
We're going to be talking about life in Jamaica.
Since I came to London, I found a lot of Jamaican shops where I can get Jamaican food. Yeah.
You learnt from Mumsy and or?
Yeah, from mom and dad.
Okay. Just tell me the recipe later, innit? This is my first time as well, so let's see what we're dealing with. What do you think? Just by looking at it.
It'll give me a buzz still.
Yeah?
Yes, it'll give me a buzz, but
Alright, you know
let's
what?
see what we're going.
Alright, let's do it. What you doing?
Yes, man.
You like this one? Yeah?
Go on now, yeah.
Obviously now, Pukka is an official sponsor for the Addicts. So we're going to be having a lot of these on game days. Maybe not you, but I mean I will be. When you have a patty, what's your kind of favourite filling for it?
Cheese and beef.
Cheese and beef?
Yeah.
Together or?
Together.
Yeah? What other stuff? I'm more of a lamb man. I like a lamb patty.
I like chicken patties.
Chicken patties, yeah?
And vegetable patty.
Okay.
Good.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Fancy. Come on, let's get this party set. Booming, man. Living it up.
Living it up. Hey.
I don't forget to believe in
Kahiem,
it.
My brother, thanks for your time, bro. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's nice. And this.
We're here today to talk about beer from Jamaica, Pukka parcels. You see, this is a chicken filling. You're more of a cheesy brother, but this can roll. I mean, this can run, no? Yeah. Not bad.
It's different still.
It's different.
It's
Different in what aspect?
seasoning on the outside.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah.
patties, You go here from the inside.
Yeah.
But this is,
So do you like that addition to it?
yeah, because the first thing that you taste.
Mm-hmm.
I've been eating patties all my life. So
Yeah.
for that specifically, I'd say it's very good.
Yeah.
Shot of you just looking straight.
Yeah, let's
into
get
the
that. I
news.
think that's lovely.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Appreciate your help.
Make sure you get your Pukka parcel at the Valley on match day. See you then.
Yeah, now the plan was for us to try the new parcels here today, but they're so new they haven't arrived yet. So we're going to have them for next month.
Perfect.
Up for that?
Yeah, 100%. Bit of reggae sauce. What? What?
It looked hot. They
You
looked
can't
hot.
say reggae sauce. That's not politically
That's what
correct.
goes with that.
No, it's not. Just because it's from Jamaica doesn't
I
mean
knew you'd
all
do
of our
that.
foods don't go together.
I knew it. Turned on me, curved on me, turned on me.
You can't say that though.
That's
It's
what I would have
changed.
had with that. Little dip.
Why?
bosh,
Because
bang.
they're both from Jamaica.
Can we have it heated up if we're going to have them next month? Just a little request.
Yeah, I'll try.
Is that all right?
Excuse me, I'll ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll bring the reggae.
You can't say that. It's not reggae sauce doesn't go with a patty.
Why
It's
not?
like a pastry.
Everyone knows that, Brownie. Come on.
Scotty knows that. We just spoke about it earlier.
Should we move on?
You can have
Yeah.
From Pukka pies,
Let's
You
move
can
on.
have that.
Pukka pies to one of football's great commentators. And in this instant, I'm not talking about Terry Smith, although of course he is an absolute legend. No, on this occasion, we are talking Martin Tyler, and he visited the Charlton Museum to talk about the Huddersfield 7-6 game. We asked him some questions while he was here.
So Martin, quick fire questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So what is your favourite line of commentary that you've ever said?
And it's live.
And what's one line that you regretted saying instantly?
Oh, too many to mention.
And what is one goal that you weren't on commentary for that you wish you could have been?
Jeff Hurst wrapping up the World Cup final win in 1966.
And what's the best goal you've ever seen whilst on commentary?
I like strikers' goals. I'm really quite excited about poachers' goals as opposed to the ones that the net bulgers that you talk about.
And if you could relive one game that you commentated on, what game would you pick?
That's a really good question. Probably all of them.
And what is the best game that you never saw?
Charlton 7, Huddersfield 6, without a shadow of a doubt. It's just the most extraordinary comeback. Not that many people did see it, but those, and I've met some of them here today, are very lucky people.
And what was your favourite memory of the Valley?
My first ever First Division game. My uncle brought me here in 1955. And it's a happy memory for Charlton fans. Charlton beat Portsmouth 6-1.
I mean, what a legend, Martin Tyler. I worked with him actually this season for Premier League Productions. I've got another game with him in January, just still an absolute legend. Do you come across him much?
Yeah, but he's big friends with Mervyn Day. Yeah, really big friends over. So, no, Martin Tyler is the man, isn't he?
Yeah.
There's not knowledge in there in that brain.
Yeah, I find it. I did speak with him just a couple of weeks back on something to do with this. So the caps we're doing. He knows a couple of players very, very well, and he's got somebody visiting South Africa. We can get a cap to go and deliver to Roy Matthews out in South Africa. So
are we all going for that, or?
There is a plan somewhere down the line with Fishy and Barts, yeah, but I've said this before, it's going to take a bit of time, that one, with a bit of sponsorship, but we're in discussion. Yeah.
Okay. Well, actually, talking about we're aware of the very successful launch of the Ex-Players Association, and well done you two for doing all the hard work that you've done. And we've got the chance now to hear from the former England international, Luke Young, who tells us about his top 5 moments at Charlton.
It was either the FA Cup, I'm not quite sure which round it was, but we went to Chelsea, and I believe they were perhaps Premier League champions at the time, and we went to extra time and we ended up beating them on penalties, but that was a special night. We battled so well that evening, as we always did, and that was one of my most favourite moments of playing for Charlton, for sure.
Jose Mourinho's first defeat at Stamford Bridge as well.
I didn't know that,
Yeah.
so thanks for that information. But yeah, so it makes it even better memory. I think probably scoring my first career goal It'd been a while, and it was long overdue. And I used to get into really good positions and never quite convert. And we played Aston Villa at home on one evening, and we played particularly well. Good result. I think we ended up winning 3-1 or 3-0, and I think I might have scored the first goal. So scoring my first professional sort of senior goal in my career and for Charlton was special. Number 3, I would say, if I can change it a little bit, it would be having the opportunity to play for Charlton gave me the opportunity to play first team football more regularly, and that in turn gave me the opportunity to get selected for England. So I put the two things together really. So I think if I'd have stayed at Spurs, maybe I wouldn't have played enough games to have got recognised. So coming here and Curb's given me the opportunity, and obviously you have to perform to stay in any team, but I think making my England debut by being able to play first team football week in, week out at Charlton would be a highlight for me. I would say probably beating Arsenal at Highbury. Magical day. This might even be number 1, so I need to think of a better number 1. Obviously they were such a good side. You name it, they'd won European World Cups at the time, and we've gone there as, you know, little old Charlton, people used to say, and we really put it together that day, and particularly Jason Euell and Klaus Jensen put on a spectacular performance, and as we all did, and we all, managed to win the game 4-2, so that was a special time. Number 1, I would say, would be just my general, the whole time at Charlton would be my number 1 moment for me. I think I mentioned earlier that coming from Tottenham, I'd learned how to become a footballer, but coming to Charlton and realising what it took to stay in a real men's football team in a Premier League and develop as a player, that springboarded me to the rest of my career, and I'll be forever thankful for the club and for Curbs for coming to get me for the 6 years that I spent at this special club.
That was really interesting, apart from one moment.
Yeah.
I think we all know what that moment was.
Yeah.
Brownie's goal, oh my goodness me. Yeah. Don't have to say anything, don't worry. I mean, he lives in Ibiza now, doesn't he? Yeah. Done well to still be alive, to be honest with you. How does that make you feel listening to that?
Well, as I was listening to it, I thought,
very complimentary.
Yeah, but I bought 2 fullbacks here.
Oh,
I wonder why. No. Luke Young and I can't remember the other one. Really.
Hold on. You had Gary Paul, Gary Rowett. You tried about 20 times, and I had to keep bailing you out.
No.
How important was he, Youngie?
Well, I was looking for a fullback that had some pace.
There's the counter, Jack. You've got to allow for it. There'll be another one. There'll be one more, and then
That's the way it goes. No, Youngie was a good lad.
Yeah.
Not just the football side. I really worked hard to try and find out what the players were like before I brought them in. Didn't always get it right, but with Youngie, I was a bit concerned, like coming from Spurs and thinking that perhaps he could have done better a little bit, whatever. But I think what he was saying there was he just needed a chance to prove himself, and he wasn't going to get that at Spurs. And I think Norwich was in at the time as well, and I went and met him. I said, "What do you want to go up there for?" You only got to come through the tunnel. Don't tell him too much about the tunnel.
No.
But he done ever so well for us, and went on to great things, didn't he, afterwards as well?
Yeah, he did really well. Playing for his country, there's nothing more you can do than that, really. We also spoke to Jason Euell as well. Let's listen to his top 5 moments at Charlton.
Signing for Charlton in 2001, putting that on my shoulders, being a record signing as the goal scorer, I always see that as good pressure. People will say it's pressure. Did I deal with it from the beginning? Yes, even though numbers didn't show that, but it was something that I was looking forward to. Number 2, definitely my first goal, which was in the League Cup against West Brom, which was a penalty. Had chances in games beforehand, missed them, but to be able to get that first goal, get off the mark, I think it's always important. And then came the league goal against my old teammate Ian Fuhr, who was at Derby at the time. We played together at Wimbledon, and just scoring that first Premier League goal. I think I came on as a sub that day as well, because I think I was being arrested by Curbs. But no, to get the first Premier League goal and the way that it was as well, always enjoyable. And one of my favourite moments. If I bring it back a little bit, would be my Orange advert that led into my goal against Arsenal, because I filmed it by scoring at Arsenal, i.e. Highbury back then, running at the stadium, going through the streets of London and celebrating with my supporter, because it was him getting his new text messages as the alert system, and it just so happened to be relived that in the actual game against Arsenal and Black Sabbath, and we beat them 4-2. And then another moment for me would definitely be coming back in 2011 under Chris Powell, experiencing promotion from League One. Didn't play many games, but just being involved in the group and what Paddy was trying to do moving forward with the club, and using my experience at that time just to play my part, the minutes that I got, and finishing as League One champions with the amount of points that we did, and really that being my last official year playing, even though I've never retired officially. Finishing the season, being promoted and stepping out on the pitch that last game of the season against Hartlepool with all the Smurfs in the away end, which is always something you never forget. And then my last one would just be being remembered as the Charlton Hall of Fame. I think that's where I'll go.
The Hall of Fame. I can't believe he's brought up the Hall of Fame. I'm going to hear the end of that now. But I mean, I never played, obviously, with Euell, and yet whenever I see him, he feels like he's a former teammate. That's the kind of sort of feeling you get from him. Really good vibe, isn't it? There was a lot of pressure with the amount of money spent on him at the time, wasn't there?
There was, because I think it was a record fee for us and whatever. But I wanted his versatility. He could play up front on his own, and he could play as a number 10. He could play off of a striker. So whatever way we used him, I see the little clip there. Jonathan Johansson could go that way, and Euell could come short and whatever. So yeah, I just thought I'd bring in someone that I could move around as much as possible, not just categorise him as a number 9. But I remember that one of the first away trip, or first trip, when we made him stand up and announce himself, and he went, "I'm Jason Euell and I'll score goals." And I went, "I hope so."
What was he like playing with?
Yeah, I was with him a couple of weeks ago. He's such a humble guy, and he's so relaxed, and you can see in his finishing, the way he finishes, that's his character. He's such a calm character, and he never panicked. And even in that interview there, looks like he's ready to go sleep. He just takes things as they come. He went through a lot of problems as well, him and his family, when he was at Charlton as well, and he just dealt with it. He didn't take time off. He stayed on the pitch, and he stayed humble, and he worked through it. And yeah, he's a really good friend of mine, and he was someone that we needed when he came in. We definitely needed someone like that, and his record speaks for itself.
Yeah, great on the pitch, and you can clearly see he's a really good lad off it as well, which is worth its weight in gold. Okay, now Charlton were chosen as the Community Club of the Year, and because of that was selected to host a special Community Day as part of EFL's Week of Action. Let's take a look.
It's the EFL Week of Action, and because we're the Community Club of the Year, we are hosting loads of different events. So I'm here socialising with the Extra Time group, Extra Time Hub, and yeah, just hanging out, meeting people. It's been good fun.
I think what Charlton do in the community is fantastic, and I think ever since I've been here, that's been sort of made clear that Charlton are really proud of what they do in the community, and I know they do fantastic work, so I think it's great. And yeah, also to see what other people do, and yeah, if we can take some of that and put that into our community, then great.
I think it's really important. I mean, that's a great point to actually learn off others as well, because that's what, you know, we are as a football club. We believe we do good work, but we always want to be better. We always want to strive to whatever department that is in the football club, whether that's the academy, whether it's the first team, whether that's the community trust, whatever that is, we always look to be the best version of ourselves. But we're also very proud of the work that we do. The community trust here is as good as it is at this point in time. It's the best in the country, because they've just won the award. And it's great to showcase that, and others will learn from that, because I said this is a wonderful club. It does stellar work within the community, which is a really important part of the football club. And look, we're always really proud of our community trust here, and to be able to showcase it, to attract people here to the Valley, which again we're really proud of, is a good day.
You know when they say in life you never stop learning? I never stopped learning, and I was overwhelmed by the stats and the data, particularly in around the engagement with the communities, the scale, the depth, the breadth of work that's going across the whole of the country within the 72 EFL clubs. And it's also about the different variants in the programs, like we've seen here, some of the programs, the table tennis programs, you know, where we've got real, genuine, authentic inclusion. And they're actually saying the power of football can do so many things to empower, to enrich people's lives. And I think it's wonderful that Charlton Athletic is hosting at the football club. I think it's a real great day to showcase all the excellent work and all the various strands that the football clubs do and the brilliant work as a collective football delivers across the EFL.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And Curbs is an absolute honour, isn't it, to be chosen to host an event like that, and just shows again how good we are in the community.
I didn't see Jason MBE. Where was he? Where was Jace? No.
It didn't make the edit.
Yeah, no. Everyone talks so highly of the community, quite rightly so. And once again, I mean, to be chosen to host it, I did see a little bit of it. It was on TV recently, and so many clubs from around this area were coming to us to try and gain a bit more knowledge, which was great.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to everybody involved with the trust and the club as well. Okay, now it's FA Cup action this weekend, as we know. We travel to Walsall, and they're doing well, Brownie, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a good side.
What
I would say is what you said earlier is absolutely spot on. This is a tricky tie, right? So we're going to go up to Walsall, and hopefully we do enough to get through. But I think if you're going to pick one to maybe not win, it's that one, and you get your 3 points at Crawley. But ideally, you want them both. But yeah, they're playing well at top end of the table.
Yeah, it's a tough game, and you've got not a link to Walsall, but an incident happened. Do you want to just explain?
It was an incident, actually. Well, I've been out enjoying myself uptown, and I was coming home on the tube. And Kevin, though, as you, I'm at Faden Boys. It's the second from last stop. But once you get past Stratford, and then you start coming Leytonstone, whatever, it thins out a little bit in terms of people on there. So it was really crowded. But by the time I got to Loughton, I thought, oh, there's a paper over there. I'll go and get the paper and have a read for the next couple of stops. So I went over to pick the paper up, and there was a wallet on the side. So obviously I picked that up.
Obviously, as one does.
No, I picked it up. No, I'll just put it in the pocket, and I thought, I'll see what it's like when I get off. No, I picked the wallet up, and it turns out it was a Walsall season ticket holder. He had his season ticket in the wallet, and a couple of credit cards with his name on it, etc. A few quid in there. I can't, people have said to me.
Just a few quid.
That's what people have said. Yeah, it was, But then I've seen it. So anyway, I've took it home, and phoned Walsall up the next day and said, look, I found this on the tube.
It's a lot of work there, isn't it?
I want to know what's he doing down here. Why was he on the tube in London? Anyway, I sent it back up there. His name was Ollie Swift or something. Big Walsall fan.
And didn't you write a letter?
Yeah, I wrote a little letter, didn't I?
Yeah. Let's have a look at the tweets that was put out. Can you see?
Oh yeah, there's Ollie. I don't know him, but
no, but you wrote a letter.
Yeah, I wrote a little letter there. This got put in a paper or something, and someone said, "Look how flashy he is. He's got all this note paper. Look, it's something I nicked out of a hotel." Another little page
his money and he nicked a notebook as well.
So,
put it back in.
So I sent it back to him because he apparently went to the game without his season ticket and sort of bunked in or whatever, and his sister apparently went through the office. So they're big Walsall fans. So his sister went through the office, and they pulled her and said, "Look, we got his season ticket here." So he got his season ticket back. Look, he'll be there Saturday. Eh? He'll be there
I would
Saturday.
have done that as well. I would have done that.
Would you?
Yeah, I would have done that.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Look,
actually, he never said how much money was in there. Not like all you. He
just couldn't.
To be fair, I think there was 20 quid. I couldn't nick that. There was 20 quid in there.
Okay, lads, look, Christmas is coming up. We're just seeing the December schedule as well. Have we got any plans at all or not over Christmas?
Yeah, for me, it's just meeting up with family and friends, having a little time off, put work to a side for a little bit, and enjoy the festive season. I might even have a drink or two. I might start drinking again over the Christmas
Not
period.
beer though, obviously.
No.
Because he don't drink often, does he?
No. So I might, yeah.
You've been on the wagon, Kev, have you?
Has he? Yeah. Do you remember he drink beer that time, and he had 3 cans down by his feet.
And we had about 50 texts and WhatsApps coming in, didn't we, from the fans?
So it was a miscommunication.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got a big family and a lot of friends, so I'll be meeting them up and enjoying it.
Nice one. What are you doing?
Everyone's at ours.
Yeah?
Everyone's at ours on
doing
Christmas
cooking?
Day. I'll help, but yeah. brother-in-law's a good cook, so he'll help as well.
Curbs?
I'm at my daughter's. First time. She's laying on a spread. Be interesting.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll leave it there.
Well,
it felt like there's more to come there.
She's not cooked me too many meals, so I don't know how it's going to go. Yeah.
Bring your mac and cheese on the
No,
side,
no,
just
the
in
missus
case.
will be there helping out and whatever. So
Okay,
should
nice
be
one.
all right.
Well, look, talking of Boxing Day, we're going to look back at one of the great games here at the Valley.
Was these
Charlton
two,
4,
innit?
Chelsea 2. Check out the highlights. Let's have a look.
All right.
Talk us through the game. Do you remember it, Curbs?
Of course I do. Oh, it was right near the end of this game where Scotty Parker was chasing around all over the park and tackling people. I didn't realise that Ranieri had made a bid for him the day before.
Riderson. Yeah, sorry, he's another one you wouldn't want to do a one-to-one with Riderson, would you?
Nah.
He would hurt you for no reason.
Well, Brownie, you've gone by then, haven't you? But
Yeah.
Yeah, that was still amazing when you think that Chelsea team included John Terry, Marcel Desailly, Frank Lampard, Claude Makalele, obviously Scott Minto left by then as well. So the Brown and Minto partnership didn't come up against each other again. But that was some result.
Yeah, that is some result because that is. I mean, you just look at the names on the back of those shirts. It's not a weak Chelsea side; it's a strong Chelsea side, and we've won comfortably by the scoreline. But this is what we did. If you weren't at it, this is what this Charlton did. This Charlton side did. If you came and it didn't matter how good you were, if you weren't 7, 8 out of 10 across the board, we had the ability to do this to teams that were a lot stronger than us.
Was that sort of best Charlton team you had, Curbs? Or difficult to say?
Yeah, it's difficult to say. I think different times, and you know, talking about when we played at Upton Park, that group of players, winning promotion, then doing it again and staying in the league. But it gave us the ability to sign people like Di Canio and whatever. But you had Matt Euell there as well, people that would run around, and Scotty. We had a good side, and I think after this game we were fourth, and I had real belief that we could finish in the top 6. Because we wasn't afraid of anybody, as this shows, and so we had a good side.
What about top 4? If you'd have kept.
Well, that's where we were, top 4.
Yeah, but do you think you could have done that by the end of the season?
May have done. It's a lot to pin on Scott that he left, but we couldn't stand in his way. It was a move that morally I couldn't stand in his way, and for all sorts of reasons, but it did derail us a little bit. Funny enough, we won the next couple of games without him, but in the end finished 7th.
Yeah, certainly the good old days.
But look at the players, like Euell, Johansson, Di Canio, Matty Holland.
Scotty was unbelievable this game, wasn't he? Yeah. It was one of the best performances I've ever seen from a it's funny.
I wonder why.
Yeah, but he was.
No, I remember being at West Ham at the time, and I don't know if it's the 4-4 or you beat us 4-2, but he was running the show there as well. To be fair to him.
Yeah, when he's on it, Scotty, he was.
It just came at the wrong time for us. If it had happened in the summer, at the end of the season, but you can't blame it all on that.
I think it's a shame actually how that relationship's ended. To be honest with
you. It is.
We should really be welcomed back here with open arms because he was right through the youth system, a top player.
Yeah.
So it's a shame how it's sort of ended really.
Any other Boxing Day memories that come to mind from any of you?
I've only got one where we beat Palace 2-1 Boxing Day, which is always nice, isn't it? That's always a nice fixture. That was here at the Valley again.
Yeah, funny, I've got a funny one because we got walloped at West Ham about 5-0.
Oh yeah, that was my worst.
Boxing Day, got walloped 5-0 at West Ham, and then 2 days later went to Man City and won 4-0, and then 2 days after that beat Arsenal here, 2-1 I think, and then a couple of days after that drew 1-1 with Redbridge and Dagenham, Dagenham and Redbridge, after winning 3 on the spin. It was the same team. Didn't put a weakened side out, and we had to go to Dagenham and Redbridge, didn't we, to have the replay in the cup.
Extra time,
Good man. Best time of the season, really, isn't it? First game of the season and the Boxing Day for me are the 2 best times.
Well, I quite like the fact you can for footballers, it's a little bit difficult, isn't it? Because you're going to be playing Boxing Day to enjoy it. But everyone comes in Christmas Day and early, does a little bit of training, goes home, does all the Christmas Day and the presents or whatever, and then you all get to the hotel to see Only Fools and Horses. Well, no, we all got to be in this hotel. You know,
Did you set the meeting around Only Fools and Horses then?
But, you know, all in the hotel for like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, have something to eat, Only Fools and Horses, it's great.
Brilliant Christmas.
Leave the wives to clear up and everything.
Brownie, clear up. Christmas time obviously is dart season as well. So before we go as well, Brownie, Liz, Curbs, who was the best at darts between, well, us all? Do you remember? We played quite recently, didn't we? I've got it down here. Charlton TV favourite, Terry Smith. Was a bit of a...
He had a
when
go
we went to that dance place.
Yeah. It was recent, wasn't it?
Yeah, Terry topped it, I think. Yeah. Misspent youth hotel, don't it? Yeah.
We'll have to do that again, but we're not doing that. We've got our Charlton TV Christmas do coming up soon, haven't we?
Yeah. Well, we've got a few.
We're not
so
doing
which one are you talking about?
Well, no, the official Charlton TV one is on the 8th.
The 8th, yeah.
Yeah, so looking forward to that one. But you've got another mention there today. One question I've got here, a question from Martin watching, just about current. So, Brownie, I'll chuck to you. Does Ashley Maynard Brewer look more confident this season?
I think what's good about it, I don't think there's much between those two goalkeepers, so I think it's about performing when you're in the team. You get the shirt, perform, stay in. I think Ashley's a very good shot stopper, you know, and confidence is massive with goalkeepers. But I do think it's a nice, you know, in terms of sometimes you have a number 1 and a number 2 and there's a difference. We don't seem to have a difference, so it's a good fight. At the moment, I mean, the goal up at Huddersfield, I think there was a little bit of stick flying around, but you can't tell how he's seen that. It's come through 5 players from 18 yards out. So whether you know, it's all right when you see a camera angle and you go, oh, well, hold on a minute, you need to see that from right behind the goal. Could he see it? Has it been deflected? But yeah, I think Ash has got a chance here to maybe play from now to the end of the season. You know, because there isn't a massive amount. You know, sometimes there is a clear 1 and 2. There isn't here. And he's not doing anything wrong at the moment to warrant being replaced. I don't think Will's fit anyway, but yeah, I think he's at some point he's got to really stamp his authority in mind.
Yeah. Spoken from a goalkeeper to a goalkeeper as well.
Wow, yeah.
One last thing as well, I just want to mention that if any supporters are interested in joining the new Charlton Advisory Board, can you please submit your applications now via the club website? So if any of you are interested in that, just look on the club website and put your applications for that as well. Listen, thanks for turning up. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'll have a Peroni.
Long as it's not a double whiskey. long as it's not a double whiskey.
That's what he used to have on a Friday night.
Do you know what? We did have Peronis, didn't we, with Webbo and Stewie Barmer on a Friday.
Don't tell me
very early
that.
time.
You said it was all right.
We're on a good run at the time, so we got away with it. Anyway, let's finish the show there and then, shall we? Been great fun as ever. No coverage of the FA Cup this weekend, but Brownie and Co will be back on Tuesday for the game against Crawley. We all hope you have a fantastic December, a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, which seems strange saying that in November, but we'll be back next month, and in the meantime, let's hope for some more wins for the Addicts. Until next time, bye for now.